Let's see. Do I have any other AEW news to touch on before? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Cody Rhodes. How many of these people actually know who Tully Blanchard is? That's another good question there. Sean is far more talented than anyone gives him credit for. I will say this. I don't know exactly how talented Sean Spears is. You know, I enjoyed what he was doing in NXT. I didn't have a problem with the 10 gimmick. I actually enjoyed it. Now, I was very curious to see what they were going to do with him when he did move to AEW. Were they going to still try to get that 10 figure, the 10 gimmick over in there or what? And they did a total 360 with him where they turned him to this kind of badass heel. And I'm enjoying it. Question is, how long will it last and what would they do with him at All Out? That's the big question. If I were Cody, I would have MJF enter to make the save, then turn on Cody and team up with Dillinger, start to form a heel faction. Yeah, I agree with. I like that idea. Can I have MJF, Sean Spears, and Tully? There you go. Tully being the manager, and then Sean Spears and MJF being together. That would work. I would like that a lot. I actually really, I actually think that storyline would be great. But again, yeah, he's MJF, who is one of probably the most popular guy in AEW. He's also one of the biggest heels in AEW, and you don't even have him on the show. So that has to get to maybe think that he's going to be involved in that match some way somehow. Maybe screws Cody over, maybe screws Sean over. We'll have to find out next week at the All Out show. My problem with his character is it only works as an upper mid Carter in AEW. Same gimmick with the WWE. He gets clowned. Damn. So Cody Rhodes had some interesting comments. Said it is already widely known that WWE's once developed program, now a successful brand of their own, NXT is moving to a 2-hour time slot on Wednesdays, starting September 18th, and this will be the same night of the week that AEW will air their weekly program on TNT. Cody Rhodes sat down with Bleacher Report and said he is oddly intrigued with what Vince McMahon has planned for the product that his late father, the American Dream, was heavily involved with since it began. I'm oddly intrigued to see what Vince McMahon does with NXT, Rhodes said. My dad was instrumental in building the NXT brand. For a long time, it had been a developmental project. For Vince to now bring it to the USA Network as if it's a full brand, I'm intrigued by it. I think the most important night in all of wrestling is now Wednesday nights. The best wrestling is going to be happening on Wednesday nights is Destination TV, and when the last time wrestling was Destination TV, it's now must watch, and I'm not going to complain about that. Wrestling fans now have a choice, and I hope they choose us. So he didn't dog WWE. He actually had a credible, non-dickish, non-jab at WWE. He had a nice little opinion there. I didn't mind what he said there. I'm very interested to see what WWE has in store for NXT on the move as well. I'm gonna say it. I hate how people complain about small guys. We don't complain about movies with small guys yet. For some reason, it's illogical for small guys to be tough in wrestling. Seems like a weird thing to complain about. Damn, Cody giving mad respect to NXT. Yeah, he knows how good NXT is. You cannot tell me. And as much as AEW has talent, we all know they have the talent. When they found out NXT was on Wednesday nights, you cannot tell me they didn't say, oh, fuck. You cannot tell me, oh, they just went, oh, it's NXT. We're just going to fucking dominate them. No! They probably were like, fuck. Damn. Out of all the things to bring to Wednesday nights, they bring the brand that everybody loves in WWE. For the most part. Some people are like getting tired of certain shit or whatever have you with NXT, but most of the time when you touch on NXT, everybody's hyped and looking forward to what they bring to the table. And now you have them on a weekly night on Wednesdays competing up against AEW. They're going to bring their fucking A++ game. So just imagine what we're going to be seeing in those 2 hours. You cannot tell me you had the Young Bucks play tweet out, I think they said, like, not worried. Give me a fucking break. Give me a break. You can't say that they are not worried. That is just fucking silliness. Cody is the son of one of the greatest carnies of all time, and this entire AEW project is just Cody trying to bleed as much money out of the billionaire Khan family as they can before they finally shut it down. Damn. It will all be about the product and which matches are better. That is just show that we'll get the better ratings. Absolutely. I don't like the small guys because I'm old school when most everyone was big guys. Even Midnight Express was bigger than the Young Bucks. Yeah, that's for sure. Young Bucks are scared. They're not, maybe not scared. That's maybe kind of pushing it there. But they are worried. You cannot tell me that going on Wednesdays, there were nobody else going on Wednesday nights with them. They probably like, yes, we got this shit in the bag. People are so tired of Raw. They're going to be dying and waiting for us to come on Wednesday nights. And now, an hour into AEW, you're going to have to decide, am I going to switch from NXT to AEW? Am I going to switch back and forth? Am I going to pick one or the other? It's going to eventually happen. Why does Ken Shamrock look like an aged EC3? We want everyone to succeed. Cody taking the high road and going, okay, this is cool. Yeah, I don't mind Cody Rhodes commenting on NXT. And he said nothing wrong. He was just being truthful. And you can't dog him on that. Let's see. What else can we touch on? Let's see here before we go to some more highlights. Oh, here we go. LAX commented on their future in pro wrestling following Impact. Former wrestling stars LAX commented on their future since leaving Impact during an interview with Shining Wizards podcast. Not trying to do a cheap plug with them, but that's what they were on. Ortiz said, we're at a weird time where our contracts came up right at a crazy time in wrestling. Of course, people are talking about Wednesday night now. We just happen to be, as far as name value, one of the bigger ones for our contracts to come up. People won't disappoint with our decision. Santana said, not only that, just know that if you know anything about our careers and what we have done to this point and what we did to get to this point, we're about making history. So to me, if he's saying that, it's kind of teasing that they're going to go to AEW. If they're all about making history, then you are going to have to assume that means they're trying to make history by going to AEW and trying to conquer things in AEW. Will Conan go with them? That's a good question as well. I know him and Cody don't have a good relationship, so you would have to assume maybe Conan tries to show up some way or another. But to me, it feels like LAX is heading to AEW. LAX is working with AAA in September. Doesn't AAA have like a working relationship kind of with... I know they have one with Impact, but don't they also have one with AEW as well? I don't think the Bucks are smart enough to be worried. They seem pretty clueless. God damn. Are they not starting at the same time? No. AEW is starting, I think, isn't AEW starting at 7 Eastern? Or are they starting at the same time? If they're starting at the same time, holy shit. That's even more crazy. Phrases that get thrown out of the way too often in wrestling, making history. Yeah, there you go. That's another one. That's very true.